Welcome back everybody to Cakecore SMP. This is a few days after I recorded episode 3. I didn't really, I'm not sure what I intended with this series, but we're already on episode 4. I don't want to make it a whole traditional Let's Play in the sense that I do everything on camera, or I do most things on camera. I do want to try a few different things though, and obviously the use of replay mod last episode could be classified as one of those things. That was actually very difficult to edit, by the way. I'm still not competent with replay mod. I managed to get some cool looking clips. I managed to put them together, but there must be an easier way to do it. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. Maybe it is a very grindy thing, and that's why. Well, I've not seen people use it to a great extent. I could be wrong. But maybe that's why people don't use it for like full episodes or whatever. Maybe some people do, I don't know. So a lot has changed, and there is a reason as to why I am bringing you back at this stage. Basically, I've got everything around here. I have done a bit of automatic fishing. As you can see, this is my automatic fish farm. It's only temporary. I'm not going to be using this forever and ever. But I've used it for a few days, and the reason I used it was because I needed mending books. Now I wanted enough for like all my armor and all my tools, but I only got 3. But I mean that's okay. I just used them on those things. The sword's pretty good, but if it breaks, I can make another one. Similarly. And like I won't be using the sword that much, so I don't anticipate it will break anytime soon. Armour, I don't anticipate that will break anytime soon. The reason I wanted it on the tools was because I know I'll be using them a lot over the coming days. So we've got that, and that's given us quite a few things. I killed off the chickens because we've got like far too many eggs, and we can use them to start a chicken grinder or just a chicken farm in general. Apart from that, not much has changed around here. I've chopped down quite a few trees over there, but there's still quite a few trees to get rid of. Let's go to the nether. Let's go to the spawner, because a lot's changed by the spawner. So I can't remember how much I'd done last episode. I know I definitely had the spawner working, and I had the chests in place, but as you can see, we've got a lot more to the room. I added some vines onto the spawner area because I didn't really like how it looked just on its own. Do vines help? Maybe. It looks better anyway. Well, I'll give it that. Obviously, we've still got the viewing room here. I think I'd already shown that off. I kind of like it. Just somewhere nice to have a look at the mobs. Or the skeletons as they spawn. Got a bit of a pathway here that just ends because I couldn't really decide where it should go, rather. I've also got a bit of a moat here, like a semi-moat, around the grinder, just to give it something a bit different. Can we still reach the lights though? That's the question. Yeah, we can. Yeah, because I didn't like it how the floor went all the way up to the grinder and you couldn't really see it all. So now you can see it all. Now there's a moat. I kind of like that. And obviously we've got the storage here. We've got water streams next to the portal. Got some lights there. I could have used lava actually. I don't know why I had to use glowstone. Behind this door is the wiring. So basically, skeleton drops go into this hopper minecart here. The hopper minecart then funnels the items into this set of hoppers here, and then they whiz up this tube of droppers, and then there's a sorting system there. And as you can see, I have been using this quite extensively to get lots of good enchantments on my stuff. And yeah, we're just about ready to go. I do have 20 spare diamonds as well, so we can continue to use them in future. As you can see, we do have all the skeletons dropping in. I should say the entity cramming rule hasn't really affected it too much. Like, just occasionally I'll be sitting AFK, listening to the skellies drop in, and then you'll just start hearing them die as they drop. Yeah, like there, see? All it does is create a grinder where you don't have to hit them. So in a way it's a good thing, but obviously if you're wanting the XP it's not so good. So we can do that, I guess. And it's fairly efficient. It's not the quickest XP farm by any stretch of the imagination. I really like that, by the way. I really like the fact you can see the skeletons swim up. I tried to do stuff differently here with this. I tried to put a bit of effort into it, so I'm happy with how it's come out. I should also add that my enchanting table is... let's see. Right there. I couldn't think of a place to put it. There was nowhere that really stood out in this room, and I didn't want to like just create a room off to the side, so I thought, you know, why not put it in a different place and I just, you know, have something in the wall there, and my anvil is there. I'll try and get an ender chest as well here. So that is all that we've done. One thing I do want to do actually is move the automatic fish farm over here. I wanted to extend this instead of having it as just a spawner. I kind of wanted to create a bit of a base here, but I'm not really sure yet. Okay, I don't have my heart set on that currently, but we'll see. Part of the reason I'm recording this episode at this current time is because I do want to just show off the land as it is, because what I'm planning to do over the next few, well, however long it takes, is I want to just clear out all the land. I want to create the perimeter. The reason for that is I want resources. I want to go caving, and that's obviously why I got the mending on all my tools, is so I can do that and repair them as I do it, and that way we'll have a perimeter ready for building the witch farm. I'm going to be clearing all the trees, all the land, all the lily pads, and it's just going to be water. That's the idea. I'll probably keep this island until I absolutely don't need it anymore. And I might bring some pigs if I find them on oh wait, no, I can't because I don't have any carrots or potatoes for that matter. This is one last look at the land. It looks pretty cool. I would be sorry to see it go, but the thing is, this is large biomes, and there's just basically acres and acres of swampland all around. So I'm sure one small section of it isn't going to be missed that much. But yeah, as you can see, there's the 4 pillars to mark out the extent. I don't have any corners yet. I should probably get the corners in place. But yeah, there we go. That's the plan. And I was thinking of recording it on replay mod, but after the trouble I went to last episode to edit all that, I'm not so keen anymore. But yeah, I will see you when it is all done. Ta-da! Look at that. I finished this pretty much overnight. I actually missed some lily pads over there, which we can go and get now. But yeah, I finished this perimeter, not overnight, but over one day. It wasn't too difficult. There was 1 or 2 sections of land over there and way over there in the back that caused a few problems. It was fine, and I just need to grab these last few lily pads. Obviously, mobs aren't going to spawn on lily pads, but I just felt that it would be best to collect them and put them to our own use. So we've basically got everything cleared out. I've not actually lit up any of the caves. I went caving on stream yesterday. I did a 12-hour stream yesterday. I went caving on it, so we got a lot of good stuff from that. But I still need to go caving in this area to light up all the caves and stop mobs from spawning. I've got a platform above the witch farm. That's to test to see if witches will spawn on it, because apparently they do, but I've not seen any spawn there yet. This is what we've got with regards to lily pads. We've got quite a bit, which is pretty good. I'm just going to put that away. We got loads of rails as well from caving yesterday. So overall things are pretty positive. I'm probably, as I said, going to spend the next while just lighting up the caves, getting it all set, because I want to be sure that witches will spawn in good numbers there, which I'm sure they will, but just to be safe. Funny thing is, I've actually found another witch hut just over here. So if you go kind of like diagonally over here, yeah, right there. See, far in the distance. So as you can see, it's pretty close to this one. I'm not sure if it's close enough though for mobs to actually spawn in it as well as this one. So we're only going to work on one for now. There's actually another one just through the trees, although I think it's a lot further. And they're all in pretty good locations. Like it would be easy to build a perimeter for any one of them. But obviously I'd rather just focus on one for now. I know the Hermit Crafters one season had like 4 witch farms. I'm not sure how close they were. As I said, let's just get this one up and running, and then we can worry about adding on to it. Patnat's also online, although he's AFK, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I was just underground lighting up some caves and trying to get the rates of the potential witch farm better. I'm not sure why I'm doing it in this order, to be honest, because usually I like to build the farm first and then work on this, but for whatever reason I just felt the need to do a bit of caving to get resources or something. But anyway, I discovered something that I've never ever in my however long I've played Minecraft, never ever seen this. Admittedly, that's because it was only added in 1.10, I believe. But there we go. As you can see, we found a fossil. Just random bone blocks in the middle of nowhere. This is in fact a fossil. I believe they were added 1.10 with the bone block, and I've never found one. I'm trying to remember. I get the feeling I found one in a UHC, but I don't think it was me. I think it was somebody else that found it, and they said in chat. But no, this is the first legit one I found anyway. We might as well dig it out, because why ever not? What if it's got a specific shape? They probably generate in like specific shapes or sizes or whatever. This one seems to be... it's fairly substantial. There we go. What do you think? It looks very... yeah, it's not normal. And I guess that's just stating the obvious, because let's be honest, I've never seen one before like this. I don't think I've even seen one in creative, because you can't exactly hop into spectator mode and like fly through the ground looking for them. I mean, I didn't expect it to be exposed in a cave. I always assumed that it'd be like buried, and you'd find it just when like branch mining or just staircasing or something like that. But we actually found one exposed in a cave. That's it up there. Yeah, it looks fairly impressive. I'm happy with that. It's a good addition. And the fact it's rare too means it's like, yeah, it's more authentic that way. Because you don't want to just be finding them left, right and centre like you do with like diorite. I mean, diorite's obviously not supposed to be a fossil, but that's just an example of something that spawned readily, i.e. there. So, I'll speak briefly about my ideas for the farm. I was having a look at a few tutorials, and ironically, Etho, who hasn't uploaded that much recently, he started working on his fish farm, not his fish farm, his witch farm again, and he was actually using a design that I'd seen on a tutorial, although I'm not sure if he drew from that tutorial or just, it was probably just from the concept. So I'm still trying to decide how best to implement my design, or how best to build the farm. I want something that can, like, the server can handle, and I'm not saying like I'll build something that'll crash the server, but you know what I mean, like server delay and that can take effect with redstone, and I've not done an awful lot of complex redstone designs or projects on servers in the past. I honestly cannot remember, like off the top of my head, I cannot think of the most complex redstone thing I've made on like an SMP or whatever. I'm just trying to think. I have no idea. I would like a working witch farm. I would like something that runs, maybe not like super fast, but fast enough that it generates a fair amount of items to make it worth it. And yeah, that's really all I'm looking for. So I will continue to think about this. Oh, what? Is this another one? What the heck? This looks like it's another bone block. Is that common? Maybe it is common, because like if you think about it, imagine it was like a beast or something. Imagine it was like a beast, and it's like the bones or something. Then it would make sense for two to be close together. Okay, so I'm over here by the witch hut. As you can see, we've got our perimeter. I have lit up not all of the caves, but most of them. And as you can see, we have got some witches spawning up there. Now, that platform they're spawning on is actually one above the roof height of the hut. And I was under the impression, based on videos I'd watched, that like if the platform was one higher, they would spawn there. Unfortunately, I put one there, and all I saw was a spider. And like, there's no way the spider could have climbed up. A, because there's no land anywhere in the near vicinity the spider could have spawned on, and B, it was detached basically. So I doubt the spider would have been able to bridge the gap between the roof and the platform that I originally had. Obviously a spider could climb up there now, but as you can see, it is in witch spawning territory. So at this point I'm just trying to figure out how we can build the farm. Can we have 2 platforms, or can we have 3? In the past I've only had 2, but you can apparently have 3. There's another one spawned, so rates must be decent. Oh, and there's another one spawned inside the hut. So yeah, rates are like visible now. You wouldn't normally get rates like this in witch huts unless you were super lucky. The plan is to just set up an area in which we can discover what the witch rates are. Let's actually use, I think, stone slabs. I don't have a design for this build, honestly, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters. Right, there we go. So we know witches can spawn here. Now, in an ideal world, we would have that platform, as a spawning platform, and then we go 2 down and have another one there, and then go 2 down and have another one there. Now, I'm confident this one will work. Why? Obviously because this one works. I'm not so sure about that one. If that one doesn't work, then what we'll do is we'll move that one down to the roof and that one down to the main level of the witch farm, and we'll just go with that. So what we're going to do is just dismantle the hut and then set up the platforms, and I think we'll use, well, I guess we'll just use the half slabs to do that. I think we'll just use, yeah, double slabs. I know that's kind of a waste of time because you've got to place a block twice, but I like the look of it, and I think we'll use that for the final design. See how many mobs are in this cave? It's because there's just no spawning space for them anywhere else, and I cannot shoot the skeleton. I'm not worried about dying. I'm worried about my armor durability, because I know I've got a lot of diamonds, but I don't really want to have to make another suit of armor. I guess that's kind of stingy because there's no real need for diamonds other than armor and tools, but I don't have mending on my armor yet, so it's wearing out fast. Oh man, look at how many mobs there are. Look at it! There's just so many. Alright, so it should be night time. Yeah, it's turning night, so let's have a look at the witch farm. I have put the 3 layers on. So as you can see, witches have spawned on 2 levels. Now what we hope for... Oh, and witches have spawned on 3 levels. Perfect! So I've never had this before. I've never had a 3-tier witch farm. But we've got it now. There's the evidence. Fast forward a day, and I've got everything pretty much sorted. There's a few issues, a bit of a dilemma. But it's not unfixable, or it's not something that's going to be permanent. There's a chicken over there, what the heck? I did actually just catch some mobs spawning up here, so obviously I figured out we need to light up some of this, just to make sure that we don't have any of that. I'm assuming that's the only spawning space. They can't spawn in redstone. I'm pretty sure they can't spawn on hoppers. So we'll just leave that as it is. But yeah, we've got the witch farm finally completed. Now, my recordings of while I was building it was very messy. I didn't record huge portions of me building it, but I was trying to explain how it was working, and it was very messy. So I'll try and explain it. I didn't use a tutorial because there was a specific way I wanted to build the witch farm. Compared to what other people were doing. Obviously, there was your typical Zip Crowds one where it got you rates, so like 10 million items per millisecond, and that's fine. I decided not to do that because it wasn't too complicated, but I felt it might lag the server, or server lag might prevent it from working efficiently. So I decided to steer clear of that. There was also a timer one. This was the one Etho used, and even before I saw Etho do it, I'd seen a tutorial, and that was good, but I didn't really feel like that was something I wanted to do, because if you think about it, the timer goes and like water spreads over the platform, and there might not be any witches there. I mean, chances are there would be, but I mean there might not be. Also, you've got to wait for the timer to go so that all the witches spawn, and then they're still waiting there for the water to spread, and that might waste time when you could potentially have more witches from spawning. This design is similar to what I've got my single player world. It's not complex, but it does have a few issues. So basically, witches will spawn. We can go up to, I guess. Witches will spawn, and as you can see, there's tripwire hooks, there's string in there, you can see it, or tripwire, or whatever. Witches will spawn, they'll activate the tripwire, and then there's redstone around the back. It's very, very, very straightforward. Activated by the tripwire, inverted, and then that activates the pistons, which are obviously extended by default, and then water flows. Now, the ground on which the witches are spawning, it's only it's nine blocks, so I had to have the water raised and coming down from a higher block than that which it was flowing over, and that way it obviously flows the 9 blocks. It actually flows about 10 or 11, but so I had to put signs at the side to prevent it from flowing into the drop. So that's good, but the problem is, as a result of having water streams set up like that, I've had to remove all the tripwire from the far side, or from the right side, sorry, as I'm looking at it now, which means if a witch spawns there, they're not going to activate it. Like those 2 witches there. Also, the tripwire also protrudes into the spawning space, like the tripwire hooks, sorry. So if a witch spawns next to a tripwire hook, then it's not going to activate it. Now this is good and bad. It's bad in the sense that obviously the witch doesn't get pushed into the drop immediately, but it's good because it gives a chance for more witches to spawn. I'm not too worried about it. As you can see, if a witch spawns, like that middle one has, in a place where they're not going to activate it, the chances are other witches will spawn next to them in a place where there's tripwire and they will activate it. Although, as of now, none have. Yeah, there we go. So eventually they do get pushed off. I'm pretty happy with that. And then obviously there's a drop, and that goes all the way down to, I can actually show you, it goes down here. I was AFK fishing last night, so because I need mending for my armour. Yep, here we go. We just saw a witch go past, and it seems to be pretty slow in getting like raised to the surface, so I'm not sure what that's about. Did I just pick something up? Oh, look at this. I eventually got this clock working. I just needed a repeater at the end here, and as you can see, it will move everything out of the bottom dropper and then up into the sorting system at the top. And obviously that's done via a glass tube. As you can see here, we've got the item sorter, and I went for just the standard design that I normally use. It hasn't really failed me yet as far as I can tell, so that's why we've gone for this method. And it seems to work on the server as well, which is good. And we got quite a lot of items. I was AFK fishing overnight, and we seem to have picked up quite a few items, which is good. Glass bottles, glowstone, gunpowder, redstone, spider eye sticks, and sugar, and that's just for extras. The aim now is to create, I'm going to get rid of the island and then create some sort of a building to house all this stuff, and I also kind of want to link up this sorting system with one for fishing, so we'll have an automatic fish farm, and then the items from that will go into this sorting system and it will get extended. So yeah, because currently it's underground and we don't have an awful lot of storage for it. I ran out of storage last night, as you can see. So yeah, that's the plan. The plan is to move the fish farm and create more of a storage system with it. Another thing we've got to do is we've got to go to 00 and build a shop, because obviously the plan is to sell all this stuff. I'm not going to be selling the stuff I get from fishing because I believe that's already been done. Pretty sure people have already, well, I know Bombastic's selling mending books. I'm pretty sure Patnat is doing something similar with his lottery thing. So yeah, this is what we've got, by the way. I had more wood at the start, but obviously I had to make chests and all sorts of stuff, so we've got less wood now. I got a lot of clay, a lot of dirt blocks. I got a god apple actually while I was lighting up the caves. Loads of diamonds, which is nice. More dirt, and then in here we've just got cobble and other random stone. More dirt. And yeah, loads of lily pads, so we might incorporate them into any sort of base we do here. So yeah, overall looking positive. Witch farm is up and running. I will still be having a look for caves, just making sure they're all lit up. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you later.